A powerful storm system is about to unleash multiple rounds of severe weather from the southern plains through the Mississippi Valley and into the deep south. If you're anywhere from Texas to Alabama, the next 72 hours demand your attention. Tuesday looks particularly dangerous, with all ingredients coming together for significant impacts. So let's get right into the forecast. Here's the setup. The Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk covering a massive area today, from Texas northward through Oklahoma and Kansas, extending all the way to the Great Lakes. That's about 50 million people under the gun. Damaging winds and large hail are the main concerns. Tornado activity should stay minimal, but I wouldn't rule out a brief spin-up across northeastern Oklahoma or southeastern Kansas this evening. The atmospheric conditions could support it if the right storm develops. Tuesday is when this really escalates. Two separate severe weather risks are in play. Up in the Northeast, there's an isolated threat across upstate New York, Vermont, and New Hampshire. You don't often see tornado potential that far north in early May, but the setup supports it. The bigger story is from southern Missouri through Arkansas into the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk here, with a marginal risk extending into Kentucky, Tennessee, and central Texas. Little Rock and Dallas-Fort Worth, protect your vehicles. Very large hail is on the table, potentially baseball-sized with the strongest supercells. Damaging winds will be widespread, but the tornado threat is what I'm watching closely. The Ozarks and lower Mississippi River Valley have the highest probability. There's a good chance we'll see 5% tornado probabilities from Dallas into western Arkansas. Wednesday expands the threat across the deep south. A large slight risk extends from Texas to Birmingham, with a marginal risk reaching the Carolinas and San Antonio. All severe weather modes are possible. Damaging winds, large hail, and multiple tornadoes are expected at minimum. Here's my concern. If discrete supercells develop instead of linear systems, the tornado threat jumps significantly. That could mean strong tornadoes, EF2 or higher. Mississippi, Alabama, and eastern Louisiana need to stay weather aware on Wednesday. Why is this happening? A strong upper trough is digging through the central United States, bringing powerful wind shear that's critical for rotating storms. At the surface, a cold front stretches from the Ohio Valley through Arkansas into central Texas. Gulf moisture is streaming northward ahead of this boundary, providing the fuel. High instability, strong shear, and focused lift along the front create a textbook severe weather setup. As the trough amplifies, dynamics intensify, making Tuesday and Wednesday particularly threatening. Let's walk through the timing. Today starts with scattered storms this afternoon across Indiana and Ohio. By late afternoon, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., the threat increases across northern Illinois, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Detroit, you're looking at half-dollar-sized hail and 60 miles per hour winds. Down in Kansas and Oklahoma, storms fire along a dry line between 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. Large hail and damaging winds are the main threats, with a low tornado risk if storms tap surface instability. Late evening brings widespread activity from Kansas City into Michigan, with isolated severe threats continuing through midnight. Overnight, storms cluster with widespread showers across the Midwest. Tuesday morning features ongoing showers across Kentucky and the Ohio Valley, mainly producing gusty winds. The critical window starts early to mid-afternoon. Between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., watch the Ozarks. One or two supercells could develop near the Missouri-Arkansas border, and if they do, there's legitimate strong tornado potential. Model data shows rotation signals near Mountain View, Arkansas around 5 p.m. By early evening, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., storm coverage explodes from Little Rock through northeastern Arkansas near Jonesboro. This time frame could bring a localized higher tornado threat with discrete supercells. Storms fire along the front from Little Rock to Dallas-Fort Worth, primarily producing damaging winds. Late evening, 10 p.m. to midnight, storms push into the Mississippi River Valley toward Memphis and Nashville. Wind remains the dominant concern, but isolated tornadoes can't be ruled out. Activity continues until about 4 a.m. Wednesday before weakening. Wednesday morning brings very moist conditions across the Deep South. Isolated strong storms are possible late morning near Memphis and Nashville, but severe weather remains unlikely until afternoon. Between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m., things get interesting near Texarkana and south of Dallas-Fort Worth. Discrete storms will be capable of very large hail and strong tornadoes. This environment demands close attention. By 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., expect rapid upscaling into large thunderstorm clusters. The threat shifts to significant damaging winds, though hail and embedded tornadoes remain possible. Late afternoon and evening, storms march across northern and central Mississippi. Any discrete storms in East Texas maintain higher tornado potential. Around 10 p.m. to 11 p.m., a significant line approaches Birmingham and Charlotte. Overnight, the severe threat decreases, with most activity weakening by 1 a.m. A damaging line could still reach Atlanta in the early morning. Thursday morning, lingering severe weather continues from Dallas-Fort Worth into the Deep South. Damaging winds and tornadoes remain possible if storms maintain organization. Houston to Atlanta, stay weather aware Thursday morning. Afternoon brings weakening activity. Friday looks quiet for most of the country with scattered southeast showers, nothing severe. Saturday might bring minor severe weather to the Central Plains, though confidence is low. Sunday could see activity from Texas into the Ohio Valley. The significant tornado parameter helps identify where tornado conditions are most favorable. Today's values are low, indicating minimal tornado threat. Illinois and Indiana might see isolated spin-ups, but watch Oklahoma City through Dallas and St. Louis, where values reach 0 to 1. Surface-based supercells there could produce brief tornadoes. Tuesday focuses tornado potential across Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and Louisiana. Southeast Oklahoma could see values around 2 to 3. While the environment isn't extremely favorable, discrete supercells could exploit these conditions. Mid to late afternoon and early evening bring higher values from northeastern Arkansas through Dallas-Fort Worth, climbing to around 3. On a 0 to 10 scale, higher numbers mean better tornado chances in that region. Wednesday shifts tornado risk south and east. Morning conditions are unfavorable, but afternoon brings significant tornado parameter values of 2 to 3 from Jackson, Mississippi toward the Interstate 20 corridor. Discrete supercells could produce isolated strong tornadoes during late afternoon and evening. You need multiple ways to receive warnings on Wednesday. Let me cover the technical setup. Moisture will be abundant, with dew points reaching upper 60s to low 70s across Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi by Tuesday and Wednesday. That level provides substantial instability, with CAPE values likely reaching 2,000 to 3,000 joules per kilogram. Wind shear will be robust, with effective bulk shear of 40 to 50 knots and strong speed shear throughout the column. This combination strongly supports supercells. The dry line across western Oklahoma and Texas focuses initial development, while the cold front provides lift farther east. Storm mode is critical. Discrete supercells, especially Tuesday and Wednesday afternoons, raise tornado and very large hail threats. Quick merging into linear systems makes damaging winds the dominant hazard. Flash flooding is a concern where repeated thunderstorms occur. The Tennessee Valley and parts of Mississippi could see 2 to 4 inches of rainfall through Wednesday, with locally higher amounts causing flash flooding in urban areas and near small streams. Behind the cold front, temperatures drop noticeably, while ahead of it, warm and humid conditions persist. The Rockies will see snow Tuesday night into Wednesday, with moderate to heavy snowfall bringing potentially 1 to 2 feet to higher elevations. This could be the heaviest snow there this year. The Texas Panhandle might even see snow flurries late Wednesday into Thursday. Unusual for early May, but possible with this setup. Bottom line, today's threat is lower end, mainly isolated damaging winds and hail from Texas through the Great Lakes. Tuesday escalates significantly, particularly across the Ozarks, Arkansas, and Dallas-Fort Worth, where damaging winds, very large hail, and tornadoes are all expected. Wednesday expands the severe threat across the Deep South from Texas to Alabama, with all hazards possible and heightened concern if discrete supercells develop. have multiple ways to receive warnings, especially in highlighted risk areas. Another forecast update tomorrow will provide more detail as we approach these events. If this forecast helped you prepare, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss updates as this severe weather situation evolves. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video.